Welcome to the Art Lady channel. Today's lesson is on a polar bear, actually two polar bears, and we're doing a polar bear hug with cool colors, the colors of winter, and we'll be adding pattern to our picture as well. Okay, we're going to start off by making, down at the very bottom, you'll see in the center of the page here, you're going to see a straight line. So I'm just going to go up just a few fingers from the bottom, just to leave a little space. And if you've written your name already, that's great at the very bottom, just real small here. Sign it nice and neatly. And then we're going to go ahead and start with this center line. And the line, if you look at how wide my hand is, the widest part of my hand, see that? The line is going to be as long as that. So if you measure your hand this way, and we're just going to draw a number 1 right at the very bottom. Let me show you what that looks like here. I'll go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go to the very bottom. So I'm moving my page so we're at the very bottom. I need to leave room for my name. So I'm going to start here, and then I'm going to find the widest part of my hand, put a little guide mark, and then I'm going to just connect the two lines. Or the two dots right here. So it's a giant number 1 as long as the width of your hand right there. Now I want this bottom line to come out, and I want to use my whole page up. So I'm now going to go to the left, almost to the edge of the page, just leave about a finger. And then I'm going to do a straight line to the right, leaving about a finger. Go slow, make your line slow and careful, and then stop. If you whip the line real fast, it's going to be kind of wiggly, wavy, or it'll be thinner, thicker, that kind of thing. So just do it slowly and carefully right to the end. If you're using a marker, just cap it in between so that it doesn't dry out as much before you do the next steps. From here, what I want to do is I'm going to add the little hand of the first bear. So I'm going to make it's going to be kind of like a T, but if you notice, it's slightly angled up. And then I'm going to go just a couple inches up, and then I'll put a 1, and this is as big as a finger, right here. It's going to be the bear's hand, and then I'm coming over the small bear's hand. Now we're going to add the bear claws. You can do these curved, hooked, rounded, zigzaggy, pointy, however you want to make your claws. And you can add as many as you want, as many as you can fit in. It's not that realistic, so it doesn't really matter how many. I fit in 3 here. On my other one I did 4. So however many you can fit in comfortably. Now I'm going to come from here. We're going to come, see the line here? I'm going to go up again. It's going to be slightly diagonal. And this is going to form the scarf. So I'm going to go over, and I'm slightly diagonal up. Over, down, and that's the same finger width. And then I'm coming back. So that's forming the scarf around the little bear's neck. Afterwards, we'll add pattern to the scarf, and you can do that on your own later. But now we're going to do the scarf ends. It's tied. You don't see the knot, but you see the little ends coming out his side or back. So I'm going to take this, and from here I'm going to go diagonally down toward the edge of the page. And then I'm going to go over, kind of like a letter L over, and back up. It forms like a very elongated triangle. Now we're going to do another one, go down a number 1, curve it over, and back up. And then you can add a few fringes here. Later on you can add more, but this is the fringe on the end of the scarf. And then I'm going to come off of the scarf and just go right to the edge of the page. This is the edge. And actually you can come from this line, you can come down and bring it up to meet. Down and over. That just gives you the ending of the first bear. Above this scarf here, we're going to do a pretty large letter C. If you look at my finger, see? That's the formation of the ear here. And then from here, we're going to continue our line out, and then we're going to go back up. Curve it up and over, up and over. This can be even rounded here, if you want to round this. See how I've rounded that? With the black marker. And curve this up and around. This is going to form the nose. This will eventually be colored in black when we're done. Don't color it in now though, because you don't want your marker to run out of ink. And now we're going to make another up and curve around. Make it the same size if you can of this letter C. This is almost like an N curve or almost a circular shape. And then connect with a curve both of those lines. That's forming the bear head here. Now we're going to do two exaggerated, pretty big circles for eyes. Place them, you notice they're almost on a diagonal here. We're going to place them with a dot, 1, 2, just estimate and guess where you want them. If that's good and you like them, then go ahead and start making a small pupil, which is the black of your eye. Then make an iris, which is the color of the eye. And if you want to go around and make one more, the whites of the eye, you can. They're just a big exaggerated eye. Now inside the ears, let's just give a curve or a partial circle or the small letter C. And now we're going to work on the big bear. And let me slide this down so you can see the big bear space. Okay, so for the big bear, we're going to come off of, we want the ear to be up in this area. Okay, so let's plan it. We're going to have it sideways or tilted downward, and the other ear will be in this area. So visualize and plan with me. And then we'll have the nose coming down here, hugging around the baby. So in this area, if we take this ear and go straight up, do a very large N shape. Now look, this curved line, see how big that is? I'm doing mine a little bit bigger. Mom's ears are bigger. And now I'm going to go diagonally down. I'm going to come down at least the width of my hand. See the fat part of my hand? So I've curved down. Now I'm going to do another ear the same size, up and back. Okay, you need to put your finger there to measure. If you want to put the little curve inside, you can. If you made it too small, say you made it really small, just draw around it then. Now I want the curve of the mom's face to come here. Let's look at it over here. See how mom's face comes down behind this body here, the little head. So I'm going to come. Watch me first before you do it. So I'm going to come down and around, down diagonally, and then I'm going to slowly come around when I meet the ear. So watch what I've done. I came down diagonally all the way to the line up where it lines up to the ear on the side of the page. Then I made it almost like a hook, curve up and around. So mom's head is behind the baby's head. Now I'm going to come, look what I'm going to do here. I'm going to bring this diagonally down and stop at baby's face, the baby's face. So that forms an elongated triangle here behind the baby. Now we're going to do the nose of the mom, so come over here to the ear. Mom's nose is bigger than baby's. And then I'm leaving some ovals here for the nostrils. And then the mom's eyes, plan where you want the two eyes. My fingers are where the eyes are going to be. Okay, so plan, you want to leave it equal distance from the edges. And the same from the top. You don't want them way up here. And you don't want them way down here. So I've jumped down probably 3 fingers at least. 3 or 4 fingers. So plan where you think it looks good. And then I'm going to put a dot as a guideline and a dot. And then that will become my pupils. Okay. And then we make the iris. And then we're going to add the whites of the mom's eyes. Up and around and up and around. So artists always plan. If you plan and visualize first, you're going to make less mistakes. And you'll be happier with your picture. Now we're going to make mom's body, or actually the scarf right now. So we're going to come from past the ear. We're just going to go diagonally down and bring the scarf over to the baby. Now this is wider. See how I've come back, and this is thinner here. And we're going to do the same for the ends of the scarf, but we're going to come from this edge diagonally down and out to this corner, or this edge of the page. And then I'm going to do a straight line back and bring it back up to the neck area here. And I'm going to add another scarf tail, or the end of the scarf, over and back up. And again, you can add your fringes. You might want to have wiggly fringes like this, okay, that you can do really nice and neat later on. Okay, this would be all fringes here. And then you can have fun designing pattern for here, but let's get the bottom done first. Now, in this big blank area here at the bottom, what I'm going to have you do is design a winter scene, or something, a theme of winter. So you could do snowflakes. I did some little snowmen. I did winter trees, like evergreen trees. You could do houses. And how I did that was I took the edge of the, I'm going to bring this right to the edge of the page. I took and I divided. I came up to make a winter hill, and I curved up to make like a winter hill, like a snowbank. And then you can add little houses here if you want to make houses. You can make winter houses and make your own little winter village. And maybe you want to make smoke coming up. Here's the winter houses. The trees you could draw in. I go down, and then I go back and forth to make winter trees. Kind of zigzaggy lines, and then do a straight line. But all of this you can design on your own. Like here, what I did, I put a little snowman in. And then you can have fun designing your scarves with some kind of line pattern. Lines and shapes and circles. But remember, when you do a pattern, it's going to be the whole scarf, and the little scarf ends are going to be the same pattern. So if I do stripes for a pattern, then my stripes are going to go through the whole scarf. The stripes will go this way because this piece is hanging down. And I'll add stripes to this. Now a pattern, if I go, this will be blank. Maybe this will have circles. This is blank, that's a pattern. This is circles. This one is blank, this is circles. So it goes blank, circles, blank, circles, blank, circles, blank. And that forms a pattern. You wouldn't have another pattern here if it doesn't match this one. Okay, so you want to finish with your pattern. And so I need to continue the same pattern over here. Circles, and then this could be blank, and then yeah, that's fine. Circles and circles. So my pattern matches both areas. And then Mom can have another pattern on hers if she wants to, okay? And then we can go ahead and paint this in, color in any small areas with crayon if we want to. We can add in the background snowflakes or stars, winter, anything wintry in the background that you'd like as well, okay? Just have fun decorating your little winter bears.